You know, every so often in tech, there's a moment that feels like a massive earthquake, where the entire ground beneath an industry just shifts. Well, we are smack in the middle of one of those moments right now with generative AI. It's a tectonic shift that's kicking off a brand new gold rush for talent and completely rewriting the rules of what it even means to code.
All right, let's just kick things off with a number that is kind of hard to wrap your head around. Plus 178%. That is the year-over-year explosion in demand for jobs, specifically in generative AI. We're not talking about slow, steady growth here. This is a straight-up boom. It's a huge signal that the entire tech workforce is recalibrating as companies scramble to get AI into production.
But hold on. Here's the other side of that coin. For every 10 of those shiny new Gen AI engineering jobs that open up, there's only about one qualified person out there to fill it. This incredible talent gap is the real story of the new AI economy. It's what's causing salaries to skyrocket and kicking off an all-out war for talent. And that gap, well, that's what's driving all the changes we're about to dive into.
So yeah, welcome to the new AI gold rush. What we're seeing is a fundamental rewiring of the job market. It's all being driven by this huge strategic shift from just playing around with AI to deploying it at a massive enterprise scale. And this isn't just about hiring more people. It's about finding people who have a completely new and different set of skills. And look, this isn't just me saying this. Take it from Kapil Joshi, the CEO of Quest IT Staffing. He puts it perfectly. This isn't some sci-fi future we're talking about. It's happening right now, today. Companies are way past the what-if stage. They're actively embedding AI into everything, from how you interact with customer service to how they detect fraud. And that deep conviction is what's lighting a fire under this crazy demand.
Okay, so generative AI is the flashy new thing, right? It's that 11% slice of the pie that's growing the fastest. But take a good look at this chart because it tells a really interesting story. What still dominates? Data engineering and classic AI/ML engineering. Together, they make up more than half of all the demand. It's a great reminder that you can't build all these cool advanced AI systems on a shaky foundation. You need that rock-solid data infrastructure first.
So all this intense demand, it's not just creating more jobs, it's forging a totally new kind of coder. We're seeing a shift away from these broad, general AI roles and towards people who are hyper-specialized. It's not just about slapping new titles on old jobs. The roles themselves are evolving into something completely different.
Let's take a classic role we all know, the business intelligence developer. You know, the person who builds all the company dashboards? Well, that job is morphing into something called an augmented analytics engineer. So what does that even mean? It means they're not just showing you data anymore. They're using AI to build conversational tools and find automated insights right inside those dashboards. They're turning static reports into living, breathing analytical partners. And it's not just that one role. This is happening everywhere you look. Your traditional ML engineer, they're becoming an LLM ops engineer, because deploying these huge language models is a whole different ballgame. A data engineer is now evolving into a vector data engineer to build the super fast pipelines that real-time AI needs. Literally every core tech role is being reshaped by AI.
So what's actually making all this change possible? What's under the hood? Well, it's a brand new generation of AI native tools that are completely changing the game. And I'm not talking about simple plugins here. These are entirely new coding environments built from the ground up with artificial intelligence baked right in.
First up, you've got tools like Bolt.new. And this is wild. Think of it as an AI agent where you can just type a sentence describing an app you want, and bam! It generates a complete, full-stack web application. The power to go from an idea to a deployed app in seconds, that's collapsing development cycles from weeks down to minutes.
Then you've got something like V0 from Vercel. This is basically your AI sidekick for building user interfaces. A developer can just describe a button or a menu, and V0 spits out the code. It lets you iterate on front-end designs at an unbelievable speed. It's almost like having a world-class UI designer on call 24/7.
And finally, there's Codium Windsurf, which is a little different. This isn't just an old tool with some AI sprinkled on top. Windsurf is an AI-first platform. It was built from day one to understand the context of your entire project, and even your personal coding style. That deep understanding means it's not just trying to finish your sentence, it's helping you improve the entire architecture of your code.
Okay, so we've talked about the tools, but what's it really like to code with one of these AI copilots sitting next to you? It's so much more than just fancy autocomplete. We're talking about a true expert partner that helps you fundamentally transform and improve the code you're writing in real time.
All right, let's make this super concrete. On the left, you see some pretty standard code to calculate a shopping cart total. It works perfectly fine, no problems. But an AI assistant can look at that, understand the goal, and suggest the code you see on the right. It's a more modern, more efficient way to do the exact same thing. It's shorter, and it's way easier for another human to read later. The AI is basically acting as a real-time quality coach, making your code better on the fly.
And this isn't just about writing prettier code. The impact on productivity is staggering. A recent study found that developers using these new AI-first editors finish their work 37% faster than people using older editors with AI features just bolted on. That is a huge leap, one that completely changes the economics of software development.
So when you put it all together, the crazy job market, these insanely powerful new tools, you start to get a really clear picture of where all this is headed. We are absolutely talking about a paradigm shift in the very act of creating software.
And believe it or not, we're just getting started. The road ahead looks even crazier. We're talking about multimodal development, where you might code just by talking or by drawing a diagram. We're going to see cross-language intelligence that can translate an entire app from, say, Python to Rust automatically. And we'll get distributed intelligence, where the AI learns from your whole team at once, sharing knowledge and enforcing best practices instantly.
So look, here's the most important thing to get from all of this. This new world isn't about AI replacing human developers. It's about augmenting them. It's about handing off all the boring, repetitive work to the AI so that developers can finally focus on the really hard, really interesting problems. Clever system architecture, beautiful user experiences, and truly creative solutions. It's all about a human-AI partnership.
Which leaves us with one last really big question to chew on. As the AI gets better and better at handling the how of building software, the human developer's job shifts more and more to the what and the why. So in a world full of AI copilots, what becomes the new most valuable role for plain old human creativity? That's the brand new landscape we're all just starting to explore.